Moggy.
Oh, work.
What? Come on.
Thank you. That's it. No, Simon, don't touch it. Just leave it there,
Right, we hope you all enjoyed that. It was a pleasant reminiscing. I'm not sure how much pleasant reminiscing there was over this side of the table. So I'm going to throw a few questions to the chaps in turn, and then I'll be coming amongst you, and you can quiz them yourself. First, Bruce, I managed to find a clip from a magazine there. The company is up shit street, Bruce Everiss. Bruce, at what point did you actually realise that Imagine really was up shit street?
I think when I knew that the mega games... I think when I knew that the mega games just really weren't going to appear.
But did they ever get very far? I mean, we were all told, you talked about the hype there and not being able to deliver. How near were they?
Okay, there was a fundamental problem at Imagine in that David Henry Lawson, who was in charge of all product development, didn't believe in having any discipline or management of development staff. He believed the creatives should be left to create. So I can imagine what his children were like. His children were just feral monsters. And so the guys who were making the games really weren't doing very much. So it wasn't going anywhere.
Fair enough. I understand the actual mega games. Actually, you make a big point, or that film makes a point about piracy. And I think you've since made a big point about what affected Imagine so much was piracy. Did the actual mega games actually grow out of an anti-piracy idea?
Yeah, 100%. What happened was that we knew what was happening. We employed lots of kids under something called the Youth Opportunity Programme. We had them all over the company, 16-year-old kids. And they came to us and they said, all our mates aren't buying games anymore, they're just copying them from each other. So we knew that the market had disappeared. We tried bringing the price down of our games, the retail price down, and the retailers just said, you can't. You're dead if you try to do that. So that was one mechanism we tried. We wrote an open letter to all the magazines, saying to magazines, look, piracy will kill this industry, stop it. We tried lots and lots of different things. We went to metallic inlay cards, metallic ink on inlay cards, so that they couldn't be easily scanned, so for to stop commercial counterfeiting. But it was terrible. W.H. Smith's had a very soft returns policy. So people would go and buy a game for W.H. Smith's, take it home, copy it, and then take it back for the return. And W.H. Smith's was sending us truckloads of games that were perfectly good. Tens of thousands of pounds worth on each truck. So then, because of my background in proper computing before, with data pool services, I knew that commercial software used something called a dongle. A dongle is something that plugs into the back of the computer when you buy, which the software recognises, which stops the piracy. So I said to the guys, hey look, because on the Spectrum the bus comes out of the back. So I said, let's just put a few capacitors, a few resistors onto a card, put a plastic, thing around it, stick it on, and then make the software look for it before it'll run. Then everybody has to buy the little bit of plastic to get the game to work, so you'll get zero piracy. So David Henry Lawson, another one of his things about not only to have not discipline, he always wanted to take things to the nth degree. So he said, well, we can do more than just put a few resistors and capacitors. And I said, well, yeah. The Z80 had a maths coprocessor that was available. So I said, why don't you put the maths coprocessor on? Because they're fairly cheap. And then our code can look for the maths coprocessor on the bus and actually use it within the game and make the game more powerful. Oh no, he wanted to do far more than that. He wanted to have, very fast paging memory. So, it just went, the aspirations became bigger and bigger during the course of the project.
I'm intrigued because you do now make a big point that piracy really affected Imagine. We managed to find this article straight after the collapse that you wrote, I think, for your computer, where it says, many blame piracy for the collapse. Imagine's operations director, Bruce Everiss, disagrees. So I'm intrigued because when we watched that film, which is cracking, and we'll come to Paul in a minute, is that, come on, there was a lot of excess, there was TT bike teams, and actually, to be fair, Bruce, you were there at the end. You actually were there as the ship sank, and I think credit to you for that. But it can't just have been there. Okay, other things must have gone wrong.
If there'd been no piracy, the company would have kept going. But the company was weak, not for the reasons that you state, actually. One thing was we had a contract to create games for Marshall Cavendish for part work, and that fell through, but all the staff we'd taken on for that we should have got rid of, but we kept them all. So our wage bill, which was far bigger than the car bill or anything else, was more than double what it should have been, because we didn't get rid of the people. And then, as I say, David Henry Lawson didn't believe in having any discipline. People could roll into work when they want, go when they wanted, and so on. So they were the problems, not the cars. But if there hadn't been any piracy, the company would have kept going. Now that article, very simple, I'll tell you about that article. If something happens in politics, you don't read the same story in The Guardian and in the Mail, do you? Because the Guardian wants
read the Mail, so...
Well, the Guardian wants the Labour government in as soon as possible, and the Mail never wants us to have another Labour government again, so they tell a different story. Now, I'm a marketing person, and in that article, I was trying to hammer my co-directors as hard as I possibly could.
Yeah. There was certainly a major falling out, and I just want to come over to Paul there, we'll come back to you, is that you captured something there, Paul. You really captured a moment. Bruce mentioned that staff, because there was no discipline, could come and go. We love the scene coming back from the pub. Obviously you were there. Did you go to the pub with them? Were you an embedded journalist that went to the pub with them and then returned to capture that fantastic moment when the bailiffs are there?
Yes, I did, and actually I just noticed that I am in the shot. I was the first person to try and open the door, and the bloke said, "Get out, get out."
Oh, is that you?
And that's me, yeah, I hadn't heard then.
Sorry.
But, you see, it's interesting memory. I mean, I say I haven't watched the programme for a long time, so there's certain things in there which I can't remember until I saw it. If you'd asked me, I wouldn't have remembered. In particular, the school, and having mentioned about the Manchester Computer Club. But yeah, you see, my memory of it, my impression of it was that it was chaotic. It wasn't managed, and it. You see, where I would sort of ask questions is, if you were making that amount of money, $1 million, where did it all go? That you couldn't finance Bandersnatch. And why have somebody sitting in reception who's owed 50,000 for duplicating, which presumably is not a new bill, it must have been an old bill. What happened to the money? Because you said it didn't go on the cars, you didn't buy them. You had too many staff, but the revenue, if you take David Ward's figures for Ocean, the revenue was you're getting about £1.50 to take your profit and your merchandising and your distribution costs out. So I mean, his figures were probably maybe 50p a cassette.
Yeah, we'll have to respond to that, Bruce, and then I'll ask Paul.
Right, well, what Paul saw was the end game of the company, and that was over a year. It was a year and a half since the company was at its height. So it was it was over a year since the piracy became so big. So, we'd had a year where our outgoings had exceeded our incomings. And what Paul saw was the very dire and not very pleasant, end of the company. He never saw the good days.
So musical microphones there.
Fair enough. Can Paul, I want to go back to you because, of course, Imagine was only half the story there. We did see Ocean there, which, of course, a lot of us will have bought many of their movie licenses, I'm sure, in the past. I just wanted to ask you, how different were things at Ocean? Because that was half the film.
Oh, I mean, totally different environment. I don't know what David Ward's background was, but I think he'd been a sort of trader. I think he was in the rag trade, actually. But he was a consummate businessman. I mean, very small operation. I mean, I think it was just that one corridor in his office. I mean, that was it. I mean, like always, television makes it look much bigger and grander than it was. Very small, very professional, very sort of, you know, profit orientated.
I think it's quite touching there because we saw Jonathan Joffa Smith bringing his game.
Oh yeah, Put.
Sadly passed away.
Yeah.
Last year, I think it is now. So again, did you sense that you were really at the stop something there, seeing these kids coming off the street, being given £1,000 for their game?
Yeah, I mean, again, that's the thing that I had forgotten. I mean, if you look at those figures for the warehouse, they were taking 100 a month. They were discarding 500 games a month, and all of these were being produced by people practically at home. You know, they were actually bringing them in. I remember there was in the early days, Smith's talked about this, people would turn up at their back door with a box with 200 games and sell them. You know, that was how it started before the distributors got going. So it was incredibly sort of home-based, you know. And David and Ocean really built the business on the back of that. I mean, you know, people just bringing stuff in. It was extraordinary, absolutely extraordinary.
I mean, it's quite a poignant ending to your programme there because, of course, Ocean ended up buying the Imagine name and releasing games through it for several years after, so it was rather poignant.
Yeah.
Just last question, then I'll go to the audience. For both of you in this, looking back at that documentary, does it bring back good memories or bad ones? What do you think?
Well, yeah, I mean, I had hair. That was great to have. No, it was a fantastic time. I mean, the thing is that you get very, very blasé about these things. You don't recognise at the time how significant they were. It's like when you get your first Apple computer, you know, or your Sinclair watch. You're totally unaware. But it was a fantastic time, you know. But as I say, looking back at it, I just think how incredibly blasé I was about, you know, what we were doing and what was happening.
Thank you, Paul. Bruce, what about you?
Imagine was fantastic. I learned a huge amount, and I worked with some really fantastic people, and we did a great deal to establish the industry in Britain. And you know, I mean, it was one interlude in my life, but overall, I have to say that the home computer industry and the games industry has been fantastic all my life. You know, it's provided just so much excitement. It even is now, the same as it did way back in 1978. It's just so much fun.
Bruce has still got the buzz. And on that note, I am going to ask for questions to the audience, and I will actually come down here and bring you the microphone. So in the time-honoured fashion, if you want to stick your hand up, I will come over to you and we've got some sort of... So chaps, you